Hello and welcome friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Nokulunga, your host as you know, and today is story time. We'll be unboxing this egg right here, but also I'll tell you about this tender scam that I found myself in, well, almost found myself in. So I'm hoping that at the end of the day you guys will get a view on, just what could possibly happen. I know a lot of my followers are small business and entrepreneurs, and I just want to warn you guys that when you do apply for the government process, there are potential scams. All right, so let's start with the egg, okay? So okay guys, you won't believe it. So as you guys know that I'm an entrepreneur and all that stuff, so I'm registered on the government CSD, which is the Central Supplier Database, right? So that means whoever is registered there can potentially supply government with any form of services, right? From, depending on what you register to supply government with. So fine, I've been registered with the database for maybe 3 years now. So I've applied for many tenders before, and they rejected me, So about, say, 3 weeks ago, I applied, and I was applying to supply them with sanitizer machines. They wanted sanitizer machines of about 130, and they wanted these to be delivered to the Department of Health. So fine, I do that, I submit, and I wasn't greedy, guys, I wasn't greedy to the extent that I wasn't trying to make 1 million or thousands out of them. I just made a very small margin. Fine, I then submit. About a day later, I get called by these people. Okay, it's Department of Health. This guy says he's Kamkhelo from Department of Health, and he has received my quote, and they want to, find out what is the batch number. So I'm like, okay, you want to know the batch number? Here's the batch number. Actually, I said to them, let me call my supplier and find out the batch number. So what I did is, the moment I saw the tender, the request, I went on the internet, I searched out suppliers, I saw people who sell the exact same thing, and they were based in PE. So I contacted them for a quote. They gave me a quote by the next day. So I had a quote. By the time I emailed the Department of Health for the quote, I already knew more or less how much the supply is going to cost. But I remember in my head saying to myself, why is it that the documents that the department sends, right, to you to tender, they have a picture that's taken directly from a website of a supplier? And I used to ask myself and say, okay, why is it? Is it because they have contacted the supplier already, or what is happening? We're about to break this egg, guys. Is it because they've contacted the supplier already, or what's happening? Right? But then I was like, no, maybe it's just to show us the picture. Even if the supplier has already maybe been contacted, they still need more cheaper quotes. Okay. But the truth is, the supplier would generally be cheaper than what I would cost. Yes, I have the BE things, the level 1, the youth, and all that stuff, and the equity points. But pricing structure-wise, because I know they use the 80-20 rule, so they use 80%, I think, price, and then the 20% is the equity of the company to say, okay, what BE level is the company? What level is it on? Who is part of the board of directors? Is there any youth? Is there any black people? And then the points increase that way. So the 20% counts for those points. Now, you can imagine, I'm obviously excited about this. I call the supplier. I say, hey, the department wants to know, the client wants to know what is the batch number, so that they can verify that it's verified with SAB. It's SAB approved, South African, I think, Board of Standards. Fine, we do that. Supplier gives me the batch number. I give the batch number to these people. And you know, their email address was .org. That's where I should have smelt a rat. Because government email addresses don't have .org. Government email addresses have .gov, I think .za, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, guys. But remember, it's my first big tender, so obviously I'm excited, and it's for government, and I normally work with private companies. Okay. Fine. The guy calls back, says, thank you. We've checked your batch number and it's correct. It is SAP approved. Let me tell you what. That batch number was specific to the supplier. The supplier was their friend. They were all working together. So when they asked me for the batch number, it was for them to go and confirm if it's the stock, if I'm getting the stock from their friend or not. Yep. And they did confirm it. They did confirm that I was getting stock from their friend. Let me tell you what happened afterwards. Then he says to me, it's a Wednesday, mind you. They're calling me around about 11. He says, I'm going to send you the letters for you to... I'm going to send you the letter for you to... complete. This is it's two documents. It's the tender award form and it's the purchase order. He sent me those two documents and everything looks legit. In fact, guys, I'm gonna insert them into this course for you guys to see. Have a look. So those are the two documents that they sent me, and you can see they look legit. Everything looks legit about those documents. Next thing, hey guys, next thing, I sign the documents, I complete them with my details, company banking details, the works. I submit to them. Then they say to me, can you supply us by Friday? Remember, it's Wednesday. The supplier closes at 4. So the supplier wants me to make a deposit of at least 50,000 Rand because I'm an emerging SMME. So that he can then deliver the stuff. Shipment leaves PE that Thursday morning, so that it gets to Gauteng at the Pretoria Department of Health offices by the next day, which is Friday. So I tell him, okay, it's fine. Let me sort out the money and I'll get back to you. Guys, for some reason, the people that would normally have money when I need money tell me they don't have money. I don't have the full 50,000 Rand immediately. My friends, my confidant, my mom, everyone's like, we don't have. I'm like, hey, this is my first tender. I was so disappointed. You know, when people you trust tell you they can't help you, and you have that disappointment. This is what's inside, guys. And you have that disappointment, but again, you can't show it because really, like, they're saying they can't help you because they can't help you. Hey, I try. Then I call this guy, right? The guy from the health department. I tell him, look, I'm having issues with the money. So I can't pay my supplier because he wants me to distribute the stuff, to pay him a deposit before he sends the stuff off. He says to me, okay, it's fine. So life continues. I try. He says to me, okay. Oh, yes, now I'm forgetting. This guy says to me, no, maybe because you're a small company, we can do you a favor and release the money first. And then you can then be able to purchase the stuff and then be able to thing him. So I tell him, okay, that would actually help because I'm a small company anyway. So like a long 30-day payment wouldn't work for me. So I wait, and I tell the supplier, listen, I'm not able to get the money right now, but I'm trying to get help. I wait. I'm waiting now for an official document from the Department of Health saying maybe they've released the money or whatever the case may be. Nothing. That day ends, it's Wednesday. Thursday morning, nothing. Round about say 10, I get a call again from this guy. The same guy from the department. Says to me, so we didn't agree with my colleagues to release the money for you to be able to buy stock. Normally people should deliver and all that stuff. So I said to them, in that case, I'm not able to honor the contract because I can't pay the supplier. That was Thursday. So I let it go. I forget about it. Friday, which is the day that the stock was supposed to be delivered on, guess what? 1, the supplier is quiet, remember? Because I didn't buy. 2, the people from the so-called Department of Health call me. But these people call you with a number that is not attached to any address. So he changes his voice and his name. And he says he's from the DTI. But this time he's calling me with a number that looks like it's a 021, like it's Cape Town somewhere. Mind you, I'm in Cape Town, so I can tell what it is, you know? I pick up the phone. He says, hi ma'am, I think he gave me some English name though. And he said he's from the DCR. They've been told that there are companies that are involved that are being tricked in these scams, tender scams, and he's worried that my small business could be part of that. I said to him, I don't know, what do you mean? I can hear it's the guy that's been calling me, but I'm trying to play along, yeah. He says to me, because the supplier and the person issuing the tender at the department are the same person. They are working together. Guys, I'm like, I now called him by his name, the name that he called himself with when he was calling me as Department of Health. I said to him, do you think I can't hear you? The guy dropped the phone, kept quiet for a bit. Actually, before dropping, he kept quiet for a bit. I'm like, oh, did you hear me? He's like, I don't know, ma'am. You just call me Kamo. I don't know what. I said, Kamkhelo, stop conning people. He dropped the phone. Mind you, there were other tenders that I had applied for as well. One for beds. That afternoon, same Friday, this woman calls me. She says she's from Department of Health. I can't even remember her name. She says, calling me with the same 012 number from Pretoria somewhere. She says to me she's from Department of Health and they want me to supply beds. Want me to supply beds by, I think by, she said Tuesday or something like that. So I literally had again 1 day to sort this out. Only to find that my friend had already warned me. I spoke to another friend about this whole thing when I gave up on it on Wednesday. This friend told me that what they do is, they say, you've won the tender, you pay the supplier, that's their friend. The supplier takes the money and they split the money, right? But if you have your own supplier and you've paid your supplier, the material will still go to the office, but there's someone waiting for the material. They wait for the material, they sign for the material, they tell you something along the lines of, no, our storage is full, so we're going to offload it onto this truck. They sign the proof of delivery, everything. they take the stuff and go sell it in other countries. You've paid, you've lost your deposit with your supplier, plus the goods that you're now in debt with for no reason. Then you take the proof of delivery, you send it to Department of Health, and they say, sorry, this is not what you call, the requisition is not valid, the purchase order is not valid. And so he had told me this already. And also another company, there's these companies that borrow small businesses loans once you have been approved, say to tender or whatever the case may be. I had applied to one of them in the process. And they got back to me. And they said that purchase order that I had uploaded was fraudulent. And I was confused. I said to them, but what do you mean it's fraudulent? Just explain to me so that I can know next time what that means. Which means the purchase order they sent to me was fake, guys. Then I continued speaking to more people now, because now I needed to shed awareness about this. And I saw on the internet that these people have been doing this for a while. I think since 2011 or something like that. So they have been doing this for a while, and they've been robbing people. And so it's up to us to be vigilant. I'm going to share screenshots of the articles that I read, which shows you the numbers that they call you with, which shows you how they go about the process. And I'm also going to share the link down below of the article so that you guys can read. So I know that we are young entrepreneurs and we're all trying to like get our coin, but there are so many scammers out there that you need to be careful. So I almost literally, because there was one friend that was almost willing for me to go drop my car there and for him to give me the money. And thank God he didn't. Because if he had, I wouldn't have a car right now. And I would be 50,000 in debt, plus that stock that I would have purchased that's over 200,000. Be careful, guys. And when I spoke to my advisors, they told me that government stuff takes a while to process, first of all. Secondly, they said government stuff, payments, for instance, do not take 3 days. Because these people were saying they're going to release the money now. They said, no, it doesn't work like that. So, I'm vigilant. My lesson is learned. And I'm hoping that, you know, this video will touch someone else that has either gone through something similar or that can potentially avoid these tender scams. Because what they apparently do is, if you log on to the CSD, you're able to see the list of which companies are listed there on the central government database. And you're also able to see their numbers, their emails. So when they contact you, they are contacting you directly, they are lying, like it's premeditated essentially. It's not that it's an accident that they randomly, no. They premeditate to scam people, and I don't know what they do with the products, but I hope this was of benefit to you. And we finally got to see what's in the egg. Thank you so much for your time, guys. My name is Nokulunga, as you know, and I hope you enjoyed the story time. Check out the screenshots and let me know what your thoughts are. Have you been scammed before? And if yes, how did you get out of it? Cheers.